All right, guys, so hopefully you could see that. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm up to. So today we're working on this. So let's go ahead and open this up. We're gonna try to see if we could figure out what's going on with automation. So we're quickly opening up automation, and we're gonna see we're troubleshooting why automation. So in previous workshops we fixed a bunch of emails not working, so that's great. Later on we're gonna try to get the SMS working, but right now we're just gonna see if we could fix a bunch of automations that are not properly working. And in order for you to guys understand that, it's best to kind of see the pipeline and the automation itself that we're dealing with. So this is the automation that we're dealing with. I'm just kind of pulling out the roam test automation, and I just need to see if I could reverse engineer the logic a little bit and just quickly fix it if I can do it. So right here what you see is just the contact of somebody registering for the workshop. So the workshop is looking like this: buy that link /Freedom Fusion Systems. When somebody goes into those workshops, it just go through there. Let me just in parallel open up YouTube and kind of check and try to make sure that whatever it is that I opened up is new window is available, so this way I could respond to chats. I think OBS is glitching a bit. So if you guys are jumping into this workshop, definitely feel free to stick around. This is a kind of interesting workshop because you get to see how I troubleshoot in real time, just like I showed you the way I was doing it with email and figuring out why the email doesn't work, that kind of stuff. So the same thing I'm doing right here, but with automation. So the problem is I'm going to be describing to the problem, and then effectively you could kind of see how my brain works, and then can mimic that for your products. And I'm just kind of okay, so I just got quickly had to pause. Just gonna say hi. This is live, so this way you guys could see that this is happening live. So this is the workshop Freedom Fusion Flip. You click on it, and boom, it kind of just takes you there. You fill out the form, and then when you fill out the form, what happens is you set up include all the names, all the emails, and then what it's going to do is sends a notification for when the next workshop is going to be set. And I think that's where we're struggling. We were able to set the next workshop, but then our condition is not correctly sending people, like it's just sending stuff to them, irregardless of when the workshop is. And that's what we're gonna kind of solve the problem. So right here we have this is the automation that's kicking in on a contact. So whenever somebody fills out a form, this automation kicks in. And to kind of help you better understand what this automation does, I figured I'd just kind of expand it to you and show you the problem that I'm running into. And this way you could kind of see it and like, okay, here's the automation, here's the trigger. Okay, contact created. So whenever contact is created, it's going to get assigned to a user. And then after that, it's going to generate a webhook, which is going to send a request to Zapier webhook. And then it's going to wait 2 minutes. And after that, it's just going to set the event, for the next custom, like basically this is a next custom field. This is what it's set for. And it's declared, it's shown in another section of the actual contact itself. So if I was to show you the actual contact, the field is already set over here. You see the next workshop. So this is something that I'm getting from Zapier. I showed it to you in a previous workshop, but just think of it as a variable store that gets passed on and sent back into GoHighLevel, and it looks like in this workshop in this kind of format. Plus, it has this other field over here that shows you when the person registered on the form. So that's pretty cool because at the end of the day, you need to kind of understand what those fields do, and you need to have the Zoom link as well. So this way people can register. Now, here's the problem. The problem is like the logic. We need to correct the logic. The logic is when the custom field gets set. So over here, what we do, we set event start time. So event start time is going to be next Saturday. So right now, if I was to register for event start time, it would set it for whatever the next Saturday is. But if I was to do that on like on Thursday, for example, then it would be too close to the date and it would just not work properly. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set event, and over here we're gonna kind of say then email is gonna go out. So over here what we do is set the event start time. Then the email is gonna go out saying like, hey, whatever, right? Whatever the nurturing campaign is. Then it's gonna wait 3 days before. But let's take a look at this. I think this is where maybe things are screwed up. We're gonna try to it says skip all outbound communication actions till next wait till, till next wait our event start date action. So this is what happens. So we need to, if the timing of this wait step is already in the past, how should this contact be proceed? I think that's the problem. I think because the timing is indeed in a past, technically in the past. So I think what we should have been doing here, guys, is moving to the next step instead of just being skip all outbound communications till next wait, because then they would not get a notification. And it could be that's all we got to do here. Now, when? And it says 3 days. Wait for what? Appointment time. So this event appointment time is kind of we need to understand like what is it? That's what we're going to try to do. Wait until before or after event start time. So, and I believe this is it. Set event start time. Uh, use this event to set the event start date. I believe this is this. Wait until before or after service booking. Event. Yeah, I think this is it. It gotta be it. Okay, yeah. Now, okay. So yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. We gotta set the thing. So we're gonna set the event. We set it. We're gonna wait 3 days before. And if it's yeah, we may want to do move the next step. So let's say they came in on Thursday and Saturday is coming up. Then if it's Saturday, then Friday is going to be the next 2 days. So it's just going to skip that. It's going to go to the second email. Then it's going to be like, oh, Thursday, okay, let's wait. Um, then, yeah, if the timing is wait step is already in the past, how should the contact proceed? Now, okay, so I'm just kind of thinking as well about what if it's already in the past? And no, actually, it won't be in the past. It will always be. It will always be since the new trigger. So when the new contact is created, it will set the time and will set the date. And at that point, it's going to be, yeah, at that point, it's going to be that this is the date that it's going to happen on. But it's going to be happening only with new people. So when new other users that are already part of the system, it's not going to be happening because the condition is based on the contact created. So I think what we want to do is this, and we're gonna do, let's say wait, what is a wait, um like we could probably, I'm just kind of thinking, yeah, move the specific step. I wonder if I should check, do some if condition, or no, I don't want to make it too complex. I was thinking maybe that I could set the if, like if, let's do this, select, we're gonna do event, let's see, I'm just kind of thinking of options. Can I pick event trigger link click? I was thinking maybe doing a comparison. Custom value, if we do custom value, nah, I think I'm overcomplicating this. I think I'm gonna just change this to, yeah, just change that to next step. Wait 3 days, move to next. If timing in the past, if the timing of this wait step is already in the past, how to, yeah, I think, yeah, that's what we gotta do, guys. So I think that's the fix, guys. I think that's the fix. Now, obviously, to validate it, um, we wanna kind of test this, but to test this when you have so many huge dates like this, you're not going to get that true validation. So this way, in that case, you may want to set it to a smaller time period. And this is just kind of how to do it. So we're going to do move the next step. So right now, I think we're doing good. And over here, notice what is happening here. We do have somebody over here, which is basically me. Wait 1 day before. So I'm kind of on this step. And what I'll do is, once again, I'll do this and I'll move the next step. And I'll save action. And I'll do wait 1 hour before. Move the next, the time is already, okay. So we're gonna do that, then we're gonna reset, just gonna refresh. Let me see, I'm just gonna quickly, yeah. I'm just making sure. I was looking for a save button. There is no save button. That's weird. Okay, maybe it was too far up. I'm gonna try to see if it saved, even though, okay. So I see over here, let's see, wait, email, wait. Okay, it was actually saved, yeah. Okay, cool. So now I could accelerate this and kind of move this further. And yeah, I could just move this further. Move all, and boom, it just flew out. Now let's take a look at, yeah, so the save button is over here. It's all the way on top. Okay, so I'm just quickly checking to see if it went out. So wait 1 hour before. Okay, I think this is good, guys. I think this is good. Now the only way we could validate that is we could register again and just kind of see what's going on. So we're gonna take sites. We're gonna take pipelines, opportunities, and let's see. So this one was Romwell's testing. Nurture emails after workshops. We could probably do that next. Nurture email after workshops. Yes, we should definitely work on that funnel as well, but this is what we want to do first. We want to take this user and we want to test it. So the next workshop is form register on September 6th. The next workshop is this. So we're gonna go here. There we go. We're quickly just gonna set something. We're gonna see if what happened with it. Okay. We're gonna move that to next phase. Okay, cool. So it's still waiting for 10 minutes before for the next workshop, which is that's fine. But we want to send it to, yeah, I think we good, but let's see. Okay, I think what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna check Zapier. We're just gonna quickly check why we're getting a bunch of errors. The code hit an error. The code has an error. See details below. Line 8. 1, 2, like the code. Why? Why is it an error? Okay. Line 8, column at code. Line 8, column. The error you encounter is likely due to the fact that input data for the submitted add field is not being passed correctly from the previous step. The placeholder indicates that expected value is not being retrieved, which can lead to issues when the code attempts to process. Check previous step output. Ensure that the previous step is successfully outputting the form registered at value. You can do this by reviewing the output data in the Zap history. Okay. Oh, huh. Okay. I see what's going on. I'm, I don't know. I was probably totally cooked when I was building this one out. I included a, like, I screwed up I this thing is covering Instagram people as well, who are coming in through Instagram whenever the contact is created. So we can't really use the trigger that I used. I have to modify the trigger, guys. So let me modify the trigger that the contact type is going to be. No, this is something that I need to do on the actual automation itself over here. Yeah, so let's fix that. Let's fix that real quick. We're gonna add an additional condition, guys, to fix this. Essentially, there is no miracles, guys. There's always something. There's always something. Select and let's do form. Opportunities, maybe. Hold on, opportunities. No, hold on. We're gonna do something else, guys. Is there tag equals to? Yeah, let's set a tag. Let's set a tag equals to flip. Okay, we're just gonna add a new tag. Uh, let me just check so this way we don't overheat the. Yeah, we don't overheat Zapier. So basically what I'm doing, guys, is just setting tag, and that tag is gonna be mapped to a form. So I'm just gonna hit save. And now, yeah, because we don't want to have too many, um, we don't want to have way too many problems coming in. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit this thing and quickly get out of here and just go back to contacts. So this is why I always like if you have a guys stuck and don't know what's going on, always go to opportunities and inside of opportunities uh, look for anything inside a workshop pipeline. And the pipeline is obviously going to be different for your luxury pet brand, but I'm going to show you how to include this offer inside of a luxury pet product as well. So pay close attention to this stuff because like you're going to be building on this knowledge to build your brand further, guys. And but like you're not going to be able to understand how to navigate through any of those complexities if you don't watch it, if you don't watch closely, and kind of don't if you don't understand this, it's going to be kind of hard for you to figure out what is tags, what is all that, what is needed, how do you solve this problem, because chances are your virtual assistants won't be able to solve that unless they're constantly being you paying them on a constant basis, recurring basis. And in many cases, many of you guys are not. So that's why I kind of have to do some micromanagement in the beginning until you develop some of the minimum viable runway. So, and that means doing some bootstrapping over here. And that also means setting up some fields. For example, over here, we're going to do plus, 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 and just kind of update contact field and, you know, form registered. And we're going to select field and then tag, um, select tag. Um, no, we probably need to action type. We're looking for to set tag, add contact tag, and it literally looks like a tag flip, right? So this is a way for how we could quickly avoid this problem that we just ran into. We're just gonna hit save action. So now this is good to go. We got really good looking flip here. So what happens whenever somebody fills out this form, they'll get a hit with that flip contact, and then the rest is just going to be the other automation is going to kick in. Remember, there's a couple of automations, right? So you're seeing there's few automations. One of them that is doing the nurturing, the other one some other thing, the other one another thing. So there's like the contact form. Then there's like all of those are different automations over here, guys. Here's one that sends a Slack message. This is the one that does the actual workflow. And of course, guys, um, yeah, like this is, it will take a little bit of time for you to quickly understand how to pull this off. But at the end of the day, guys, like there's this, so there's the first thing, what happens, person fills out a form. This automation kicks in and sets the tag. That tag end up um, triggered. It gets picked up by this automation over here. And this automation is what's gonna look at the tag and it's gonna be like, oh, let me go ahead and send this to Zapier in a webhook. And Zapier picks it up, processes it, and the rest is just a matter of setting event time, start time. This field is from the custom field from, uh, so the best way I could describe this field is there's a JavaScript, as I mentioned earlier in previous workshop, but there's this field over here. If I was to edit this, so the first thing what happens is when the hook picks up everything, it gets the date, the registration date. So the registration date is this thing over here. So when somebody fills out a form, there's a form registered at field. I included that as well, and this is being fed from this automation, the form automation. So this one. So there's a couple of things. There's a registered field, and there's other field. There's like form registered, and next workshop. And then the rest is just a matter of it's getting fed into here. It runs JavaScript. This is really simple JavaScript. I just used ChatGPT to cook it up, and I said, look, create me a code, JavaScript code that if I was to give you the field of today's date, give me the next Saturday. What would be the next Saturday date look like? And it gave me and it came back with a date. It told me the actual date, whatever. Right now, this is a failed state because it got cooked a little bit. But over here, you could see next Saturday it picked up. But you got to convert it to the proper format that is available by GoHighLevel. So I'm formatting it over here, and I'm just kind of sending it further down, whatever. And I'm sending it to Slack channel, and Slack channel is there's a couple of things over here, guys. And don't worry, like if you want this automation blueprint, you could get it as part of the Feudal Incubator. And this is you'll get both combination of Zapier blueprints and GoHighLevel blueprints. So this way you don't have to worry about any of this. And at the end of the day, this is what it looks like in Zapier. It's just next workshop next Saturday. The field is over here fetched in, and there's some additional kind of links as well about the program. And of course, you gotta whenever you do anything like this, guys, you gotta have the program. You gotta have the program hooked up. Like this is the program. You definitely want to have a page for your offer. Inside of that page, you include everything about your offer, put like YouTube stuff, put everything, like in this case, I'm talking about Freedom Fusion Flip Feudal Incubator. In your case, it's going to be um, something about the pets, cats, and dogs, something that you're offering, like save money on your supply, whatever, that kind of stuff, and et cetera, et cetera. And when people sign up, essentially you got to have a bunch of email marketing campaigns hitting that offer. And of course, you guys seen other previous workshops for how to do that. But effectively, you want to strategically create all of those marketing campaigns that are in this marketing section over here to hit that workshop, to constantly notify everybody of the latest workshop that is going to be happening every Saturday. Now, from your particular case, the next thing you're going to be doing is creating this offer like this. But of course, this is not the most exotic looking offer. It's just a basic functionality over here from GoHighLevel. It's not like Shopify or anything, but this is way better than trying to like pay money for any other software tools out there and have it all isolated everything over here from this offer is in one spot. So you're going to be creating additionally your own offer, guys, for like a TikTok shop drop shipping course, for example. In my particular case, I'm adding that. But if you had like a free course to train dogs how to behave or spend less money on dog VAs, and you wanted to include something like a little course that shows and get people in the door, then yeah, absolutely, you want to do that. So the way, and then people gonna proceed to checkout, and then you could include that as your offer over here in your offers directly in the system. So, for example, let's say you seen somebody who purchased it, you could go ahead and send them this like free TikTok shop dropshipping training. And let's say you had somebody register on your offer and they purchased that free TikTok shop dropshipping training. Well, not purchased it, but like they sign up, let's say, for Freedom Fusion Flip Workshop. They filled out a form. Let's say you hit them hard from all of those different funnels and they signed up for it, and then you see them here. You could send them an offer like this, free TikTok dropshipping training, and um, and you could alternatively you could get feedback from them to see if this is something they would be even interested in. So, but at the end of the day, guys, like what you want to do is this is what your offer needs to look like. Let me just kind of show it to you. So this way you could just build it. This is and I already showed it before, but I'm going to show it like this. So you have luxury pet brand. And what you want to do, you want to point to it, your socials, TikTok, Pinterest, Insta, LinkedIn, Threads. So you do it this way. And of course, for Threads, we have our own AI bots that are available in bio link that you could use, like Threads bot socials. But there's other tools out there that you could easily use to hit Threads. But in our case, like we use N8N automations for uploading things to Threads, but the rest is done by Freedom Fusion System CRM. And keep something in mind, guys. Once you have everything kind of floating in that direction for luxury pet brand, you gonna have your master offer, which is gonna be like, for example, Freedom Fusion Flip sales page, the one that I showed you earlier, like the one that is available, that is the main thing on your buy link, and you're pointing it there. Now, like if you think from the standpoint of uh, like what exactly are you pointing to Freedom Fusion Flip? To register for workshop. Now, how would that look like in a luxury pet brand world? Well, let's say that this is an offer. Let's say you're building a Shopify offer. And initially you want to do this in GoHighLevel. You don't want to do it in Shopify, guys. You want to do it in GoHighLevel in Freedom Fusion System CRM, because you get to control everything in one spot. So this way you don't get lost. Everything is one spot. So like, for example, let's say you have a brush or glove, pet glove. So you show the description and title and image and your offer, and then you include something like um, buy, subscribe, get. So for offer one, you do something like this: buy one get one free, BOGO, buy one get one free. Then for offer two, you say buy now, like buy now, buy two get two free, uh, like or something like this. Buy two get two free. Just remember, you want to be very careful when you're building your offer, so this way you're still within the profit margin. But then you do something like this: offer three, buy now, and get 15% discount. So buy now, get 15% discount. Okay, buy now and get 15% discount. 15% discount. So how is that different from this one? So what you want to do, is, instead of buy now, you want to do buy for full month. Uh, full month, like, well, if it's a brush, right, it probably wouldn't make any sense. If it's a glove, it wouldn't make sense to do full month, but it could be buy and get 15% discount. No, it has to be subscribe to get 15% discount. So subscribe to get 15% discount. Subscribe to our community of pet owners to get 15% discount. So it's going to be like this: buy and subscribe to buy. No, it needs to be like this: buy and auto subscribe and auto subscribe to community of pet owners to get 15% discounts, and get here's why, and get um, discounts, get future discounts, and get free giveaway for upcoming products, upcoming pet products. Because this, guys, don't think about too much like, oh, why would I give away for free stuff? Keep something in mind. You could always lock it down in your community to X number of members the first and be the first one to, like, give free giveaways and be the first one to know about it. And get free giveaways for our upcoming pet products, and be the first one to know, and the first one be the first one to know about, like this. And then what you could do, get tutorial and get tips for how to save on your veterinarian costs to keep your pet expenses low, right? And so right now, this is kind of the idea. Now look how out of a sudden I was able to construct this literally just by sitting together with you guys, just kind of on a fly. But how do you do this? How do you connect all of those things together? And but like, where should they be all packaged? They all should be packaged in some sort of a course. So effectively, you need to translate this thing, guys, into systemized bunch of email nurturing campaigns, bunch of other ways. For now, what's important for you to understand is what we're offering here. So what we're offering is this. That's the most important part. That's like, if you can understand that, then you can translate that into systemized based approach. Okay. So get tips for how to save money, etc., etc. Now the question is there anything else? How do we package them? The best, here's what you could do. And the bonus, like, and the bonus one, get access to other pet owners. So we got free giveaways, free tips to save on veterinarian goes, get access to um, other pet owners who chose to be part of our community. Or no, like, no, we need to do this. We do this. Get a bonus one. Monetize pets, cats and dogs. For example, this is let's say you wanted to do something like this. You don't need to, I'm not saying that you need to do this, guys, but let's say you wanted to offer something like this where you learn how to leverage your monetize your pets, cats and dogs for extra income income and leverage your pets or be or become now like this. Then bonus two, get connected get connected with other dog other pet owners to earn extra income. So monetize your pets, cats and dogs for um, get connected with other pet owners and build UGC to promote products, to promote pet products. Get connected with other pet owners to promote their pet products and get free gifts. And get free gifts. Now we already said free giveaways for upcoming pet products, but and get free gifts. I kind of like that because there's going to be brand like in my particular case, guys, and maybe it will be also in your case if you do decide to build like a talent agency as well. But you kind of want to give something like if you say something you're going to get connected with other pets and you give it as a bonus, that's not exactly bonus means it's discretionary, meaning you either give it or not. So you're not setting it like in stone where you're going to give that. So don't kind of worry too much if let's say you don't have like you don't know how to get connected, how to get them connected with other pet owners to promote their products and get free gifts. But the way you want to break it down, I'm going to show you how to build this minimum viable railway. I'm going to show it to you how to do this, but this is how you do it. You kind of pre-configure your mind ahead of time. Like, okay, how can you get others with other? How can you get them to connect it with other pet owners to promote their pet products, um, or with other pet owner brands, for example, brands to promote their products and get free gifts for your loved, for your for your love for your pets. This is just fire offer, guys. Like there's insane amount of reasoning for somebody to join and see. Um, so monetize your pets, cats, and dogs for extra income. Um, Now the question is, like, how would you do this? How would they monetize that? So how would the best way to do that is to say and get access and get access to and get access to and get access to our TikTok shop drop shipping course that to help for to earn extra income with your pets like this. So over here you kind of you'll include so everything is going to be included like this. Get access to it. Yeah, and or you could just you could do or you could do something like this. Get access to our TikTok shop drop shipping course to learn how to build your own pet store. Uh, and then that could be like bonus one like this. Monitor by get connected with other pet owners to promote their products and get free gifts like this. Hold on, we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove the monetize that stuff. We're gonna do like that. Bonus two. Get access to our TikTok drop shipping course. to learn how to build your own pet store. Get connected with other pet brand owners, brand to promote their pet products and get free gifts for your pets. Um, or and in some cases even get paid for your in some cases even get paid. I don't want to say review, but and in some cases even get paid cases even get paid for your uh, for showing your dog for showing how our products help your pet, how how your pets are using our products. So get connected with other pet owner brands to promote their pet products, and get a free gift. Get a free gift for your pets, and in some cases even get paid for showing how your pets are using our products. So this is more like, because you don't want to sound like you're paying people for review and you're paying them like this is against, that's kind of a gray area, guys. You could still do this like in a certain way, but you just got to do it right. It's a gray head tactic. But at the end of the day, what you wanna, the most thing that people gonna pay attention to, they like future discounts. Um, they like free giveaways. So let's say if you create a partnership, let's say you found um, like a factory in China and they have a toy that they also can add as an additional upsell, then they would love to have that toy that you could give to those pets that they could buy for their pets, and you could include that as a free giveaway for few people, like when they spin the wheel, that kind of stuff, um, when they join the community. And I'm going to show you how you could tie all of those things together, guys. But the idea for you is like the best way to kind of package all of these things um, is to like there's going to be also the recurring factor. So there's going to be let's say if you wanted to add a shampoo as well, or some sort of a liquid thing, so this way they constantly buy from you, then you could offer that as well as additional discounted for the recurring type of purchases, because they keep coming back, they keep buying that. So for them, it makes sense to constantly refill and keep getting that additional shampoo or whatever the body thing for your pet. Um, but they would not be interested in getting that refill if it's not discounted. So I hope that makes sense. So if, because this offer, what you're gonna have, you gotta kind of ask yourself, what kind of offer am I gonna have? So in a way, you have this pet glove description image, but in reality, your offer is gonna have plus some additional upsell, plus upsell. Right now, I just kind of described what we're doing right now. We're focusing on minimum, minimum viable bundle. So that's what we're focusing on. So we have plus upsell, which is refillable um, liquid to for the brush, for the mist, for the um, so you could have, for example, let's say you could have Slinker plus upsell Slinker, which is kind of like a, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but it's basically like a special brush that you are using to remove hair. And it kind of, this thing solves one problem. So you could kind of think of it, this solves one problem, which is like you could, well, it could actually solve multiple problems. Like this one, the one that I seen, um, it solves multi problems. It's a kind of, it's your core product. So you want to think of it as your core anchor product that could sell. For example, it can remove hair from pets while they're getting while getting their massage, and also you could flip it you can flip it upside down, flip it on another side, the glove, and can use it to remove hair from furniture. So this is kind of insane stuff like this. So this is an example, right? And of course, the question is, how do we do this? What is like, so this is your pet, this is your product one. You could think of it as like product one. So product one of the bundle, product one, core product, product, pet glove, product, pet glove for both, um, for both cats and dogs, for example. Now, keep something in mind, I researched this thing and this is actually indeed viral. If you jump on it, guys, this is what you're gonna spawn money with this kind of variation. Um, Now, what you're gonna add additional upsell slinker. Keep something in mind, if the factory doesn't have it or if it's too difficult, if it goes outside of your margins, when you're looking at this bundle, when you're looking at that bundle, you're looking at the um, minimum viable bundle, you have to make sure it's viable. Okay, that's a keyword, that it's within the margins. Within the margins. Then the profit margins. You don't want to put too many things and then end up the supply chain is going to be too complex and then you're going to burn through cash and whatnot. You definitely don't want to do that. But if you see like factory also have like a slinker, you add that. So this is a product two. So like this, product two, upsell slinker. And then what you do, could be, for example, this could be, the profit margin for this could be like 4x to 5x. You always want to be within 4x to 5x profit margin, but okay, maybe hold on. I'm not going to show the price of the profit margin for each individual product. I'm going to put the profit margin of 4x to 5x on the actual bundle itself. Why? Because sometimes you have to make exceptions, guys. 4x to 5x profit margin, that's the rule you want to follow. You need to make an exception for the, let's say this one, the glove is let's say you're only making 1x to 2x profit. Not really room for you. You could lose, you could burn through cash and you'd be like, damn, I don't really want to do this. And you may just like completely disregard that brush because somebody told you need to have 4x to 5x profit margin, when in reality you need to have 4x to 5x profit margin for your minimum viable bundle. Now, so it's okay to have like 2x to 3x profit margin. It's okay. 2x to 3x or profit margin, as long as you construct the minimum viable bundle that's going to be within 4x to 5x profit ratio, like profit margin. Keep something in mind. Everything what I'm describing is it falls into minimum viable railway. Everything which you see here fits into minimum viable railway. So remember, just like I was showing you, like when you're driving from Connecticut to Florida, you don't see the full road, you only see step by step small roads along the pathway. So your minimum viable railway is like a small part of the road that that is going to be something that you could fully predict ahead of time. So this way you could just like knock it all out and drive through that throughout your product launch cycle, pre-launch and post-launch. So the idea here is core product bed glass 2x to 3x. Let's just say you're getting that profit margin. In reality, it's a lot bigger one, but I'm just kind of giving an example. But that upsell slinker is like you gotta understand that whatever you're looking at, whenever you're looking things on Amazon, you have to, when you're constructing your minimum viable offer, you gotta ask yourself, well, what is it on Amazon? On Amazon, let's say this slinker, this glove is like $9, but you need to sell it. You can't sell it for $9. You need to sell it for $24, for $24. But on Amazon, the glove is $9. How are you going to compete? This is why you need to introduce something like this, where you solve multiple problems and have the UGC creators like double down and explain that. And at the same time, you want to make sure it has impulse buy factor, and you want to make sure that uh, you include this additional bundle, so this way the perceived value is higher. So to increase that perceived value, you want to do something, upsell a slinker. Now this is two things, two products at once. So it kind of, they all complement one another, and they, like after you massage the cat with a blank, with this thing, with a glove, you're gonna use a slinker to go ahead and remove the hair even more. So it kind of extenuate on solving the problem, and at the same time you could upsell liquid, um, like upsell refillable liquid um, for washing, and grooming cats, um, cats and dogs. Now, this additional product, additional kind of, so you want to have like something like this product three. If you include this one, upsell refillable liquid, so obviously there's nothing, you don't really have the core product that requires this. So it could be like a random thing, and they're gonna be like, nah, well, I just gonna use my own thing, and you may end up not getting what you were looking for. It may be like a third wheel, and not really gonna be like what you want. So what you could go with on the market, you could have minimum viable bundle one under the white labeling kind of, that focuses on sort of like white labeling version with minimum modification. And over here, you basically take that minimum viable, um, another one, you create another offer like this, and you still have minimum viable, but uh, you do white labeling version with minimum modification. And when I say minimum modification, I mean like you could include a better packaging, you could include kind of a QR code in there. You could include like a different color of the material, something different that is not widely available on the market, that has this scarcity factor associated, that but will still kind of give you that differentiating factor without you spending a lot of thing on mold or anything like this when you modifying the product. Because and the rest, what you want to do, you want to, instead of, let's say, so you got this slinker, but you could also include upsell for the product too. You could do, so you copy that, for example, and include mist, like a mist brush that has uh, cartridge that has some refillable liquid. So it has refillable liquid. Now keep something in mind, the defect, because you're carrying over liquids, the defect can increase, defect ratio can go up, and you may get returns. So you kind of gotta ask that question: is it worth it? And do the analysis to see if it's really worth it adding the refillable liquid. But the idea is, if you include mist brush, the perceived value goes right away like high up. So instead of $24, you could be selling it in combination with that mist brush for like $37, the whole bundle. Now, of course, it may take more money for you to produce the mist brush, and of course, it will take more money. But at the end of the day, you bundling that in the same package, and it's going to be a lot cheaper for you to have it all in the same package, and offer that as additional kind of combination. Because now this person they could use the pet glove kind of way, they could use this mist brush, and they could use the slinker. Three different ways to skin the cat, literally. And also offer the revenue factor, so the recurring revenue factor. So this is over here this is a minimum viable offer with the kind of a with the factor of still you being within a white labeling realm. And Now you could go ahead and construct this ahead of time, like this minimum viable bundle one, minimum viable bundle two, and kind of stick within the minimum things that you could get done, but don't overstep your boundaries of going too crazy of modifying the products or anything like this. The only thing what you want to be doing is you want to be introducing better shipping or anything like this. Keep under mind this the minimum viable bundle one and two needs to be constructed after you see who is selling things on Meta, who is doing all the stuff, who is getting good results, and seeing if they're still running ads, and then doing a research based on the rating mechanism that I showed you guys, and then only then you're going to be able to kind of pick those minimum viable product bundle one, bundle two, and then at that point you're going to be like, okay, what about bundle where I do modify things? So this is, and of course, you need to have that ahead of time where you do need to modify things and include inside of each bundle. You need to bootstrap some of those digital offerings to increase the MRV score. Um, like, oh my God, I meant GMV max score. That's what I mean. So to increase the GMV max score, you want to create different SKUs, and this is where we're going to be talking about jumping in deep into the actual minimum viable bundle and creating slightly different SKUs where you're going to include some incentives for people with when they use the QR code, they're going to get like a good discount, that kind of stuff. If they're then if they use the first 20 packages is going to provide that opportunity to get the product for like 50% off, that kind of stuff. And to do that, guys, you need to be really careful what you're going to be including in those packages, and we're going to cover that as well. I already covered that before, but it's advanced topic. But effectively what you want to be doing is you want to be giving your people, your UGC creators, free products, like first 20 products, and then having another bundle that's going to include re, uh, refunds, rebates directly inside of the bundle. So this way, when you go live, they people going to be looking at the box. Inside of the box, they're going to be like, oh, I got a rebate. I got like 15%, another 15% off I could get if I create a video and show my how my dog is using this. And they're gonna be coming back and providing that uh, extra kind of a, you know, they're just gonna be providing that additional video that otherwise you wouldn't have, and it would be so difficult for you to sell because it's not getting the popularity. And so all of those things, guys, you definitely want to bootstrap. It does require a little bit of thinking how to do this, and it does require not only thinking but putting that in an offer that has those recurring components. So right here, what I did is, like, let's say this is a bundle one, minimum viable bundle one. So this is a minimum viable bundle one. So there's time factors as well that you need to receive that fast. And so what was the minimum viable one bundle one? It has this thing over here. It has product, pet glove, and upsell slinker. So you have to hit that before quarter four. So before quarter four, you need to ship it, and you need to create videos for it and get UGC creators. So get UGC creators and all that other stuff. So how do you do this? How do you do this before quarter four? And you need to ship it. You need to contact suppliers. You need to do all that stuff. So what exactly do you need to do? Lots of stuff you need to do, guys, and I covered that in many other workshops. But ideally, you want to reach out to a sourcing agent that's going to be able to package everything for you, create a nice little packaging, do the quality checking, quality assurance, and take some pictures, include does the check and send it over to you. So over here, you could say what exactly is What exactly are they buying one? Well, and for this one, they're buying a slinker plus they buying the brush for the minimum viable offer one. They buying the pet, I mean, not the brush, but pet glove. So they're buying the pet glove and the slinker. So if they do it again, if they buy two, they get two of them. So in case if they got multiple dogs, that kind of stuff, and they wanted to get both. So the gloves, so you could have one set of glove and another glove. Sometimes people do that. It just makes total sense. And of course, the question is, if you buy one and get and buy two get one free, you could do something like that as well. Buy two get one free, um, and still be kind of like if you just buy one, pay full. You could do something like this: uh, buy one, pay full price, like this. Buy two, get one free, like this. You could slightly modify it. You gotta use like Kaching extension on the Shopify when you do that. And ideally here, guys, think about it. Like if they get buy one and get buy two, so how would that look like inside of the bundle? So what kind of bundle is it? What exactly they getting buy get one free? Like how would that work? How would that affect your margin? So if the slinker is, you know, like if the slinker is, because when you're doing something like this, you're buying both the glove and the slinker. So you're getting like two bundles, and then over here you get another free bundle. Does it is it worth it? And the answer is like, can you afford to add? Can you afford to do this? What would the margins look like when you do that? Will it make any sense at all for you to offer that? How do you validate that before you proceed with offering something like this? So this way you don't end up getting cooked. And of course, guys, at the end of the day, it may be just you providing one bundle. So they buy two, but instead of getting one free fully like one free bundle, instead they just um, they get one slinker, for example. Or you could do it like that, but how would that look like from the shipment standpoint? From shipment standpoint, you need to you need to send that to your 3PL warehouse that's gonna have just those standalone orders, standalone boxes of slinkers that you could add and include and ship them. How do you know that this is the best way, that this is what it is? So, and of course, guys, that's what you're gonna get to know in my community. If you guys are interested, you can learn how to build those bundles, how to make sure that you pick the appropriate path. And over here, like whatever I'm showing you over here for how to pick different bundles and offers, this is just scratch of the surface. But ideally, what you want to be doing, you want to have something like this. You want to create a course. And that's what you could do directly inside of the Freedom Fusion system, CRM. You could go to media memberships, and you could create a quick course as your offering, so people buy that course. Well, not buy the course, but they sign up for your community, and they have reason to sign up for the community. For example, right here, I have 4 members for Build Your Own TikTok Shop Dropshipping Store. So you could build your own inside of this system, guys, that you're going to get access to if you're part of Feudal Incubator. You can build your own courses like this and effectively create that offer, giving people reason to subscribe, giving people reason to pay that 15% off, get that 15% off, and buy this because they see that course, versus looking at Amazon listing and not seeing anything, not seeing any of those free giveaways, nothing like this. Now, how do you set up free future discounts and all that other? Um, Keep something in mind when there's going to be new products, when you're going to have X amount of products in your 3PL facilities, and you need to ship them fast, you could provide like you could do something like this, where you say, "Hey guys, I'm giving out free discounts for remaining slinkers, and if you guys want it, you could buy it fairly cheap, slinkers plus um, plus the glove, and you could include those future discounts for them to do like a flash sale and send it over to them directly through email nurturing campaign, and you'll be able to control those email nurturing campaigns because you're gonna have some free factor like this course, for example. Over here, it has all those elements. You could create your elements and even include your own certificates of completion. So whenever they complete it, you can see who completed it, that kind of stuff, and analytics as well with course progress to see who finished it. So, for example, over here you could see, like yesterday I just sent it out to all those people and they never opened it up. And you could see that I'm the only one with my test who opened up the course. This is how you know who opened it, who didn't open it. You get to see all those products and statistics and how it's kind of measured, which is pretty cool because you could send them email nurturing campaign and remind them, hey guys, I'm seeing like low participation rate. Go ahead and take a look. There's some opportunities over here. And this is what it looks like. If you look at the preview, what it looks like is like this. Once you set that up, you could include comments and a bunch of other stuff in here. And when you open that up, it's gonna look like this. So you have this course, build your own TikTok dropshipping luxury pet brand. So you could give that as an offer, and it's gonna look like this. Like let's see, it's gonna look like that. You could give it to them like this as an offer, and of course you have to like format the text, etc., make it more better. But the idea is you give them an offer, you collect email, their full name, their proceed, and then they end up getting that email from you. Um, and of course, you've seen already how we troubleshoot emails, how we make this work, and they get that notification, and you could hit them also whenever somebody registers from the as a contact. You could introduce them offer as well. Now the question is, how can you systemize it? You could include something like free TikTok shop dropshipping. The instance that somebody signs up. So let's say somebody signs up from your form. Where do they come from? They come from because either A, they were created as a contact from this offer that you managed to run on Meta ads. With Meta ads, you ran the offer saying, hey guys, learn from TikTok shop, and you have a way to nurture them. Or they ended up going to one of your Shopify stores, and or you go high level if you decided to set it up directly inside of Freedom Fusion System CRM, and they get to see this product and they get to be like, okay, I want to subscribe for 15% discount. And as soon as they do, boom, they're gonna get subscribed into your community, into that group. You could have your own community group over here in Freedom Fusion System CRM, where basically people are going to be part of that group. So let me kind of show you over here, Go Collab Marketplace. And over here, as you can see, you could create a community. It's directly inside of here. You create a course like this, and inside of there's like you could set up whatever kind of course, and then it's gonna show up in the Go Collab Discovery place, like other courses like this. And of course, they're also gonna be able to, there's people joining, whatever. Um, there's other people joining TikToks, etc. This is what it looks like. The offer, here's a creating coding, enroll now, and it's kind of like this is what it looks like. But the most important part for you to understand is that you could create this directly inside of the system and have people, and this is what it looks like when you create a community. You create, you put the name, for example, TikTok Shop Dropshipping, group URL, you include the group URL, group description, discovery, branding, cover image. So you hit save, that group is created, people could find you from that community, from that dashboard place that I showed you, the Go marketplace. And when they sign up through your offer, and for all practical purposes, like when you give them that offer, your page is going to be either on GoHighLevel. I highly recommend you start off with GoHighLevel and run meta ads to it. So this way you could start off testing it right away. And I also recommend you do this with Shopify as well, because they have special kaching extensions and all sorts of other ways that are already proven to make money with those templates. So it's best to do both, but because everything is going to be in GoHighLevel, you want to be funneling everything into your CRM from Shopify. So in simple words, you're going to have Shopify, it's going to be sending things to CRM, and it's going to be including all the contact details from like, so basically you're going to have this offer in your Shopify. And that Shopify, and you don't want to do Shopify right away, guys. You want to do Shopify later after you first do a test on eBay, on Amazon. You want to, on eBay, it's native platform. You don't have to advertise meta ads or anything like this. If you go right away and do this on Shopify, you're going to have to bring traffic. You're not going to have anybody to bring any of that traffic other than you spending ads. You're going to get frustrated and you're going to quit even before you start. So you want to start off with eBay, and then later on you want to include this viable offer like this. And like on eBay, you want to see like, oh, does it work? And you'll be like, oh, damn, it works. I can't believe somebody actually purchased it. And at that point, you want to include this on Shopify with Kaching extension. And this is like another extension that you set up. And don't worry, guys, I could give you access to it once you join our feudal incubator. But the idea here is you start off with a Shopify, you include it. Like if you're not ready to pay for the Shopify, you could just still do it on GoHighLevel and do your offer on GoHighLevel. But the idea is when they see your products, when they see buy one, get two, all that kind of stuff. And by the way, you're also going to get the rating mechanism that's going to provide you the most, like the most viable offer, the most optimized offer that makes sense from profit perspective in a way that is optimized for your supply chain as well. So this way you don't end up kind of overpaying or for some bundling fees, because there's a couple of things going on. There's bundling fees, there's sourcing agent fees, there's supplier fees, there's shipment fees, and some tariffs, and all of that needs to be factored in. And of course, guys, if you don't have that expertise, it's going to be difficult for you unless you join our feudal incubator. If you're interested in joining our feudal incubator, the best way to learn more about it is to join our Fit and Fusion Flip workshops. Register for them. You see the screen over here on a window. And of course, it's also going to be available for you directly inside of our Fit and Fusion Flip workshops. Like it's gonna be available for you inside of our course, inside of our TikTok drop shipping course that we giving away for free. But of course, it's not going to be, the course is just going to give you the scratch of the surface. If you really want to have this implemented, that's when you want to join our feudal incubator. So, and of course, what does that course look like? Well, the TikTok shop dropshipping course is this one, the one that I was just showing you. We're constantly updating it. You could go ahead and register for that. And I'm going to go ahead and drop that for you directly in case if you guys are interested. I'm going to go ahead and drop it for you in the buy link. This is how I do it, like this. So I go to buy link, and this is what you want to be doing. You want to be operationalizing your latest offer or your greatest offer directly into like your buy link. So this is how I do it. I open up the buy link and I just include continue with Google. So right away I'm picking Ron Wells, and right away I'm going to go ahead and add that link. So I'm going to include it as TikTok shop dropshipping, dropshipping. Build your own, build your own, build your own, build your own store. Build your own pet store. And like this, I'm gonna include that like that, and boom. Right now I'm just gonna put picture and put like pet. Boom. Now I'm just gonna hit save, and out of a sudden I have this TikTok shop drop shipping, build your own pet store right here. So that was easy. People go here, you get it, and right away it's like email goes out, notification comes out to Slack, all sorts of processes take place. So um, so it looks like Bruno got back to me. He was confused about the zone, the time zone. Um, I put into alarm notification around 100. No worries. No one showed up. No one showed up. Um, it's okay. It's okay, Bruno. I did update this course over here, over here, over here. Let me know where we at with Chinese suppliers. And Caleb, were you able to differentiate it? Were you able to differentiate the product? So let's see over here. So what we're gonna do is like this. We're gonna kind of uh, we're gonna take this over here and we're gonna include bio.link. So right now we kind of go and open up bio.link, and Bruno is our feudal hustler, guys, and he's going to be running those workshops. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. So right now we got kind of this going on over here, and we are going into buy link over here. So notice how it didn't reflect yet. So we're going to open up an incognito, new incognito window, and we're going to go to bio.link / Freedom Fusion system. So right now, TikTok shop dropshipping, build your own pet store. So like this, and we're gonna boom like this. So we're gonna include that. We're gonna show it to Bruno like this, and we're gonna include it. Bruno, I created a course. I created course. Also, I started looking for some mom who can help us package it, and report to you as well. Um, let me let me show him the thread for what it looks like. So this is when we go into threads. I want to show you what that opportunity is that I created, guys, in case if you're interested. That's the reason why you're kind of joining constantly, and of course, um, get an opportunity like this. And this is boom. So right here, there's 62 people. This is the opportunity if you wanted to earn 25 bucks and also help us build this course and the process makes spawn some money down the road as when we start gaining traction and get money from affiliate. Feel free to check out this thread. I also went ahead and fixed our email. Now it's no longer going into spam. You may want to check review Freedom Fusion Flip automations to make sure that you have correct uh, Google friendly, Google spam friendly emails. This way they don't end up into promotional section. I will be no, I was able to get it working, but keys to adjust the nurturing campaigns. So this way they are constantly being sent out and not ending up in spam. I created a workshop if you are bored to see how I was able to fix it, and I documented SOAP procedure in Notion for how to solve those email problems as well. It did have to do with setting up header records and DKIF records, and all sorts of other records. In GoHighLevel, I also created a course. This is the course. And basically, yes, that is the course that you want to also talk about during your Freedom Fusion Flip workshops. I just need to update this as additional section on Freedom Fusion Flip, Freedom Fusion Flip side. But this is it. So basically, when you're constructing the offer, guys, make sure that you have your like main signature offer like this. For example, join workshops, because this is what everything is set up for. And effectively, you want to have like one solid page where you have all the marketing set up and pointing to, and everything is hitting that page. And then over here, let's say you build a course like this one, let's say, and we could do this right now just to kind of show to what I mean, um, like this. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to sites just to kind of show you how easy it is to go ahead and update this. And you could kind of see this all happening in real time. So um, we're going here, sites, and everything is one spot. So we're going to flip, Freedom Fusion Flip. And over here, we just kind of always try to stay good with naming convention. You don't want it to be like completely confused with what's going on with the naming convention and never be able to kind of break through. So over here, what we're going to do, we got this feudal incubator, right? And now we're going to say, okay, in this workshop, Bougie Boss wants to learn how to fall. So this one is just like talking about many different things, how to build your feudal kingdom, etc. Plus, as a bonus, remember the profit is different for everyone. In case if I had no profits at first. So the bottom line is it talks about our signature product thread stack, but it also covers, so over here what you could do, and it kind of covers our signature product, why feudal incubators, who are the feudal hustlers. So review that as well, guys, if you're interested in our feudal incubators. And of course, um, now what we could do is, here's the registration, and on the bottom over here you could see all the other stuff, what people are seeing, don't miss upcoming workshops, and then save my seat on the bottom, right? So what you could do is to make sure that this is seen by other people, right? You want to include this on top all the way, like you want to include this over here. So over here you could say something like, let's say you wanted to add an element, and there's some new save sections over here, new form and top line universal sections. Over here you could see global sections, section templates. So you could include like calendars, that kind of stuff. But what you want to do is you really want to do checkout plan, founders, what we offer, about us, thank you page, community client. So let's see what kind of elements we have. So we're gonna include title. Let's do basic like headline. So we're gonna include headline. And uh, before we talk about our feudal incubator. So what do we have here? Feudal learn how to build your own business. Uh, okay, learn how to build your own automation in our Freedom Fusion Flip workshops. Before we talk about, uh, here's an example. Here's one of our few courses. Here's one of our free courses for that we recommend learning from. And then on the bottom over here we could say images. Add an image like this. Okay, now let's do elements. Let's do images. Like this. And then over here we could do something like this. and we're gonna just save that. We're gonna save it. And we're just gonna put it on downloads, and we're gonna put TikTok shop dropshipping luxury pet brand like this. Boom. So we saved it, and now we'll just go here and modify this real quick like this. And then over here we could do threads, Freedom Fusion system, thread stack, and then we could do create a folder, and then over here we could put TikTok shop dropshipping like this. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go quickly upload this thing into in one spot. So as you're building, guys, you want to be creating that structure and have everything good available. And over here you just kind of want to include this in TikTok shop dropshipping, so you have everything organized and like this. So now what you want to do, you want to include, so right now you kind of want to include things like this. So over here you're going to say, here's one of our fields that we recommend learning from. You're going to learn more about it in our workshops. So we're going to include like this. You will learn more about our TikTok shop drop shipping for luxury pet moms. And then here's one of our latest free courses that we recommend learning from. You'll learning from. Don't worry, you will discover more about it. Here's one of our latest that we recommend. Okay, I think we could do, imagine making money by being your own boss like this. In Freedom Fusion Flip workshops, in Freedom Fusion Flip workshops, you will learn more about our TikTok dropshipping program incubator for luxury moms over 40. In Freedom Fusion Flip, you will learn more about our TikTok shop dropshipping program for luxury pet moms over 40. And then we're just going to hit publish, and we're going to hit like that and like this. So right now we're just going to go here and quickly take a look at Freedom Fusion Flip. Boom. I updated it. Now I'm just gonna say I updated the page. Okay, so right now I updated the page. I'll let him know, Bruno, and there we go. So it's long overdue. I need to pick one. It's been over a week. It's been too long. Flip automation. No email. No, I'm going to send a follow-up tomorrow. Okay, no worries. Keep going. Also reach out. To Jing sourcing. They're the ones that can source everything and package everything for us. Also, I updated this page for So this way you can have something additional to talk about in Freedom Fusion Flip workshops. Um, this is, yeah, so this one is, I'm just gonna kind of, I'm just including it to him as a link. But yeah, let's try. I'm gonna kind of let Bruno know. Um, so what I did is created bunch of YouTube tutorials. I'll try to package some of them into the course, which is different, which is a free course that you want to give to moms over 40 as an offer when you talk to them. Um, so this way they learn how to build their feudal kingdom, and then either keep it and either keep it, keep it, keep it, or flip it. Um, Also emails. Also, next thing I'll be working on. Next thing I'll be working on is trying to get us text SMS working for us, and we'll be updating booking so people can book you directly from Google search. I'll be updating I'll be updating that and adding additional campaigns, marketing campaigns to let people know that we're teaching TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop drop shipping. Meanwhile, proceed with the suppliers. Try to differentiate it. See what is the best product and bundle offer we need to test with, whether it's glove plus slicker, or just uh, glove, well, no, or something else. Also, I think we need to offer, I think we may want to also begin constructing minimum viable bundle. I created a workshop that covers it, but yes, basically we need to find out what we can get out of the Chinese suppliers, and some of those people who can differentiate it for us. Best way to ask is ask Jing Source and Caleb. Reach out to them, and also review email nurturing campaigns for Freedom Fusion Flip workshops. We're moving forward fast, super fast. Um, but yes, try to test the Zoom to make sure that you remember that workshops are happening. Um, you may want to update Zapier automation to remind yourself in the Slack channel that Freedom Fusion Flip workshops are at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. We're going at super fast. We're going at super fast rate. Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. So let's try to also figure out the shipping, how we want to ship the box. Should we have multiple SKUs? Should we have multiple SKUs in the box to ensure that we include some free items for certain users to increase the GMV max score, and or try to figure out figure out the dynamics of the offer. I took a shot, I took a swing, at it. Um, but it was just kind of brainstorming. Um, Obviously, it's not tied to the numbers. So like this. So this is just what it is, Bruno. This is what the brain, as you can see, this is the one that I'm referring to. And of course, what I'll do is like this. I'll just paste that for you in Slack. So yeah. So this is just as example, Bruno, but as example, this is just as example, but obviously pick pick the math, do the math, and pick the viable, sustainable path. Remember, within the budget of $1,000. Cook up GPT prompts, and in accordance to our limit. Once we make some profits, we will increase it. And introduce additional viable offers. Viable offers. Meanwhile, I'll try to figure it out. I'll try to figure out what kind of automations I can cook up for UGC creators to line them up to do product advertisement for us. And we'll also try to connect meta ads directly into Freedom Fusion System CRM. We are doing good. We're doing good, Bruno. We're doing good, Bruno. Remember, this is just the beginning. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you see how I'm working together with somebody like Bruno. If you guys are wondering how to do the same thing, how to have somebody like Bruno and want to figure out a way to find somebody like Bruno, then definitely join my community in FUD. DM the word PATH on my Insta. You get access to over 100 coaches, and you get access to hundreds thousands of side hustlers, and I could show you the pathway for how you could create relationships with somebody like Bruno. So this way you can have your wonderful, beautiful luxury pet brand and make money together without losing your shirt, paying some money to some freelancers who will be taking advantage of you and not getting anything done. Trust me, guys, it's a heck of a lot better doing this together versus trying to do this on your own and not seeing any results, guys. So if you're interested, DM the word path. So today we covered many different topics. We fixed the automation for Freedom Fusion Flip workshop. We updated our Freedom Fusion Flip page. We discussed multiple offers as well, and how to pick the minimum viable offer, how to hyper focus on each bundle. The only thing we haven't included is like what exactly do we include in the QR code, what kind of discounts, what kind of we want to bake in the math directly inside of a offer, so this way we don't end up losing our shirt. That's the only thing we didn't do. We Before, it was like I reviewed that in abstract sense, I was able to figure that out, but in context of this workshop and while moving through all of those complexities, I wasn't able to pull this off. But what I do want to do is I do want to show you guys more like how to include those other pieces in your offer, how to include digital marketing into your physical product. So this way you could increase that GMV max score, so you could increase the chances of making more profits. Yeah, so this way TikTok starts pushing you. And of course, we'll cover how to connect with the UGC creators and how to get them lined up. So this way you have everything is firing up from all sorts of directions. So you're ready to spawn money and not be in stock. Essentially, at the end of the day, you need to understand that this is a minimal viable railway. That's what we're building right here, minimum viable railway. So this way you don't end up getting burnt out. It's easy to get burnt out if you didn't plan for things like, oh, so let's say you got the products, Now, like, okay, you got the product, what next? Who's going to be creating those products? How are you going to be explaining to UGC creators that you got this fire looking brand and that you need to have this marketing angle, another marketing angle, or another marketing angle? Like those marketing angles, you typically want to pre-create ahead of time, and you want to have it funnel with your own course sent to UGC creators where they're going through each of it, and then you see concretely if they understand those marketing angles. So this way you could pick and choose the correct people when they are doing the videos. In some cases, you may not be able, they may not watch anything, but the idea here for you guys is to pick UGC creators that makes total sense for you. If you don't, you end up kind of losing money. They're not going to create very good videos for you. You're going to be running on steam. So just remember, be careful and to understand who to pick, how to pick, and how to contact them and which order of operations. That's when you need systems, guys. You need systems to hit them and get them to join. You need to contact them on TikTok. You need to send a request on TikTok. You need to hit them on Insta. You need to message them on Insta, and all of this needs to be happening super fast, and it needs to be connected to a funnel where you clearly explaining that, hey guys, my name is such and such. I have a luxury pet brand. I was hoping that you could help us out and create some content for that, for whatever we are in the process of pre-launch kind of side hustling service delivery lifecycle. Would like to send you more products. Would you be willing to create some of them for us in exchange for you create a review? And of course, we'll give you some money as well for your services. So you want to do that, but you also want to give an opportunity where you run ads and you give free product. And when you give free product, you want to tell them go to TikTok shop, go search for this. So this way you simulate the actual campaign itself, actual organic campaign of somebody searching through TikTok shop. So this way it increases the chances of them picking it. And the truth is, to include this multiple validations, you need several funnels, guys. And that's what I'm going to show you next for how to set up those funnels. Okay, guys, how to set up for UGC creators in a way that you increase the GMV score, how to set it up in a way where you giving away free products, and when you're running those free products and like free giveaways, you don't want to give too many things for free, but also you want to give it in such a way where you're not giving the entire bundle. But also you want to give entire bundle because you want them to show that entire bundle, like from the customer perspective. So there's kind of like multiple combinations here, guys. And you also want to include customers themselves. So this way they create videos for you in a mix. But to do that, you need to include QR codes. To include QR codes, you want to really kind of make sure that inside of those QR codes, you include some of those rebates. How many, you need to do a calculations for how many percent of people are going to do those rebates. And this is what we're going to cover that as well, for how to maximize the chances of people gaining additional rebates without you burning through your offer. And so this way other people just create, regular customers just creating videos, and including some information, something inside of those videos to design that offer will require creating those funnels and setting them up ahead of time, and including the marketing angles and showing examples of other marketing angles to pick, including that in a course, and kind of operationalizing that course and handing it off just like I showed you with this course, like with the TikTok dropshipping type of thing. And of course, handing that off but for UGC creators, so this way when they go through it, they'll be like, okay, I need to build a bunch of marketing angles. I'm going to get some money. This is how much am I going to get paid? And you need to get them to sign how much they're going to get paid. You need to have the payment gateway set up, Stripe connection, so this way you could send them directly the payment. All they got to do is sign up as a creator. When they sign up as a creator, they go through a course. You understand who they are. You look at them. You tell them you want to work moving forward with them to help them get started. You need to basically get them to like want to do something that they typically wouldn't want to do. And many of those creators would not want to do, like, they don't want to be, some of them want to be like turn to the other side and be the feudal lords, but some of them may not want to do that. So how do you know who wants to and who doesn't want to do that? Those are the concepts that we're going to cover, like how to quickly hit them multiple creators. So this way you hit them quickly on Insta, you reach out to them, you send them the product, they create a video, and they're good to go. And of course, you ought to offer some additional money as well. And of course, you want to pick the people who are already doing the reviews for any kind of grooming things. How do you find those people? How to include them all into the system? When you include them all into the system, what do you do? How do you like reach out to them? They need to reach out to you first, but how will you reach out to them automatically? Like if they don't reach out to you first, so in simple words, you need to run some campaigns, some meta campaigns to attract UGC creators and run Insta campaigns to attract those UGC creators, guys. And also, you want to be manually reaching out to them, and you need to have a plan, procedures for how you're going to do this, so this way you don't burn out. In the instance you burn out, game is over. You're not going to be able to quickly have influx of all those people. What works? You could go ahead on threads as well and create a fire-looking thread and to say, hey guys, I have a new product coming up. I'm looking for some dog mom testers. Is anybody interested? This is what it is. I'm willing to give like a product thing. Go ahead, and then you send them over here to your product page. The product page that's going to be hyper focused, not so much necessarily for like a person who goes ahead and just gets this stuff and you send them over to them. That doesn't do you any good because like what you want to do, you want to get them to go to your TikTok shop store and get to buy things directly from that TikTok shop store. So this way you get that organic factor. If you don't introduce organic factor, you're not going to increase GMV max score. You're not going to be able to hit those profit numbers. You're not going to be the way you want them to be. Does it mean, what does it mean? Does it mean you shouldn't ever give anything away even before the store? So you should still have a way to run the campaigns right before the store, before you even have the TikTok shop store operational. And to do that, this is where you're going to be creating funnels and giving people a way to to create a video. And for that video, they're going to get money and they're going to get the product itself. And of course, you want to do it in a way where you want to kind of do this for people who already have pets, cats and dogs, and you want to pick the most appropriate offer. Because if somebody is willing to create a bunch of videos for you, how do you make sure that they create videos that are hitting multiple keywords? So this way you're targeting like multiple locations. How do you make sure you do that versus where everybody kind of does the same keywords? It doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, you need to pick like core keywords and package them. And that requires a little bit of research, what keywords to pick and what include. So this way, when they create them, they're going to be like, okay, I need to go ahead and create this, that. And they just create it and upload it. So like guys, there's a lot of processes involved that if you don't handle them correctly, you could easily get like smoked by the competition and not be prepared, quickly run out of steam. So anyway, guys, that's it for now, and I'll see you next time, and take care.